church family, this is a peculiar announcement because it's an announcement about announcements. I want you to know that all of the church announcements are on upchurch.org. All that you need to do is go to upchurch.org and click on announcements in the navigation menu, and everything that we have going on here, we intend to have in those announcements. So it is your responsibility as a friend, as a member, as someone who is growing spiritually with this community to stay in the know. We may have some call to actions for you there, some places to sign up for things, some things that we need you to do in order to bring forth an amazing experience. And so go to upchurch.org to get everything you need to know to stand up as a powerful member in this community and stay in the know, be engaged, inspired, and informed so that you can know what's up at Up. Go visit our site today.
There are stories from everywhere under the sun, and they're meant to be shared by everyone. We tell stories, original adaptations of myths, legends, folklore, and literature from all cultures and times, unfurled from the iconic antique steamer trunk filled with extraordinary props and costumes. Come and join the Understanding Principles Youth Department as they celebrate the end of the school year and the beginning of summer break. Hear interactive yarns with themes that build self-esteem and character. June 11th, 1:30 to 3:30, 600 West Queen, Inglewood, California. Meet with special children book authors. We Tell Stories Acting Company is artist in residence at the Los Angeles Music Center and Theater Complex. Admission is free. You don't want to miss it.
I need you every hour. I need you every moment. I need you every second of each and every day. I need your holy power, your loving arms around me. I need you to be with me in your special way. I need you, Lord. 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 I need you. I need you. I need you, Lord.
I need you in the morning. I need you in the evening. I need you when the sun sets and night is on the way. I need you when I'm lonely to be my one and only. And Lord, you know I need you to hear me when I pray. I need you, Lord. I need you. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord.
evening times, I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. Oh,
I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you every day. I need you, Lord. In every way. I need you, Lord.
I need you every second, every moment of my life. I need you, Lord.
I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. I need you. I need you. I need you.
Welcome. Come on through our virtual doors. I want to welcome you. Thank you so much, worship team. What a beautiful, beautiful song. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous Reverend Della song. I need you, Lord. I need you, Lord. What a beautiful, beautiful mantra. You can use that in your prayer time. You can use that anytime to just really just sink into the power and the presence that is God. Well, it is time for us to have another dynamic service. I've got a couple of housekeeping things. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Last time I checked, and it could be up because of course I recorded this before Sunday, we were at 6,040. 6,040. This is a march toward 6,100 subscribers. Yes, let's get that growth out there. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you leave us a comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping us to spread this word. If you are watching us on Facebook, find the video and tell somebody about the video. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wow. Let's have a remarkable service. I want to take a moment right now to open today's service in prayer. Would you pray with me? Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I just want to thank you. Right where we are, the power and the presence of God is. There is only one power. There is only one presence. That power and that presence is God, the good, omnipotent, the everywhere, evenly present spirit of absolute good. We just recognize its divine power everywhere, evenly present, expressing through all forms. And we recognize our oneness with God, that we are one with the one, that we are one with the same power. The same power that hung the moon and the stars, the same power that keeps the universe working in perfect harmony, the same power, we are one with it. And in this space, we just ask for a dynamic worship experience. We ask for transformation at our core. We've come together for the purpose of waking up the perfect power within. And we just ask that that happens in us, that we become a little bit more aware of a Christ presence within, a little bit more aware of our divine nature. Let these principles be anchored in our heart so that they become the things that we are standing on. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. We accept this prayer now. In the name and in the consciousness and in the presence of I am. This prayer is so, and so it is. Every Sunday is a wonderful opportunity to worship, to celebrate God, to celebrate the presence of God in us, to recognize who we are and whose we are. And we're in the midst of this really amazing series. It's called It's Freedom Summer. And this is the summer when it all comes together. This is the summer when every dream that we have dreamed, every prayer that we have prayed, every affirmation that we have affirmed, this is the summer when it all comes together. We are raising the level of expectation. We know that we don't always get what we want, but we will never fail to get what we expect. And so we are doing the work to raise the level of expectation in our hearts. You are in the right place at the right time for a dynamic word of God. And I want to welcome you into this spiritual community called Understanding Principles for Better Living Church. I'm Reverend Sherri James, and I'm the senior minister of this incredible, growing global community of spiritual seekers. I am confident that you're going to hear something today that's going to help you in your spiritual journey. I want you to know that about our vision and who we are. So our vision is that we love every person up to their true identity and to their highest potential for the greater good of all. You see, we're on a mission. I don't know if you know this about UPCHURCH. We are on a mission to express God's divine love through teaching spiritual principles, worship services, fellowship activities, and community outreach. And our theme this year is reconnect, reset, reaffirm. And this summer is all about hitting that reset button. That's why we are digging into Freedom Summer. It is all about hitting the reset. We have been apart for 2.5 years. We have been slowly making our way back to an in-person experience. We're going to be together next week. I'll say a little bit more about that later. We're going to be together next week. I can't wait to see you guys. And so this series is an opportunity for us to hit the reset button on our spiritual awareness, on our spiritual identity, on our spiritual goals. My sermon today is entitled Walk into Your Good. Walk into your good. It is almost like a part 2 to last Sunday's sermon. Turn the key, open the door, and then walk into your good. So it's just going to pick up right where we left off. I am passing the baton to a new voice. Normally you hear Reverend Sheree doing the next segment of the service, but I am going to pass it to my brother from another mother, John Downey III.
Good afternoon, UPCHURCH. I love you, UPCHURCH. There is no day but today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad that you came here, that you ventured through our virtual doors, and that you are here to worship with us. And if you are new to UPCHURCH, I would encourage you to reach out to us at UPCHURCH at upchurch.org so we can have a conversation with you, so we can share some more good stuff with you. But as long as you're here, we want you to celebrate with us. And we do it by announcing to each other our spiritual name. It comes from our I am. So have you selected your spiritual name for today? I am worthy. I am magnificent. I am fabulous. Come on, UPCHURCH, chat with me. Put it in the chat. There you go, Jack. There you go, Robin. Yeah. Come on, Barbara McCauley. Get that name in there. Woo. I agree with you. All right, everybody. This is so exciting. What a great service we have for you today. First up, we have the Daily Inspiration written by our very own senior minister, Reverend Sherri James. I will be back with you in 2 and 2 to give you your affirmation of power. God bless you. I am.
Every storm ends. In our direst, dullest, most dreaded and dreary moments, we may forget that every storm ends when we are in the midst of it. Stormy experiences can have a paralyzing effect on us, causing us to pull back rather than lean in. We may find it difficult to imagine a favorable conclusion when the winds are raging. In those moments, we must remember to persevere. Do not be afraid to press forward against all odds. Perhaps there is a dream you are nurturing, and the way forward seems impossible to traverse. Hold on to the understanding that every storm ends, and keep going. No matter what, keep the dream alive. Read positive books. Talk to positive people. Think about positive things. Lean on every spiritual tool you have, because the storm will end. And when it's over, you want to be ready to take decisive action. For God makes sunrise on the evil and on the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. Matthew 5:45.
Welcome back, family. It is time for our affirmation of power. And we are taking these affirmations directly from the Freedom Summer book, The Perfect Power Within You. Are you ready for statement number 7? I chose this one just for you. I am in harmony with life. I am in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. There is a golden moment in which I rest, knowing that my good is already on the way and will become manifest at the right and perfect time. And so it is.
Come on. Come on. Get up out of that chair. Get up off the bed. Move with us. Old folks used to say, I had to run for Jesus. So let's step. Come on. To the right. Let's step. By step, by step, by step, by step, by step, by step. Yeah. Step by step, step by step, by step, by step, by step, by step. If you want to live a life that God intended, where there is peace and joy and life is splendid, you have to learn as you go. Sometimes the going gets slow. By step, by step, by step, keep it moving. By step, by step, keep moving. By step, by keep moving. By step, by keep moving. By step, by step. First step, you gotta strengthen your faith. Second step, have the patience to wait. First step, you have to understand. Obey God's command. Give up worry and stress. Only accept the best. Act like your dreams come true, cause God said He would give it to you. Yeah. Step on, step in. Oh, keep on stepping. Keep moving. Don't stop. Yeah. If you find in your life a little too demanding, you need the peace of passing understanding. What you need to have inside, let the Spirit be your guide. Keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. Keep on stepping. You got to strengthen your faith. Have the patience to wait. You got to understand. Obey God's command. Give up worry and stress. Only accept the best. Act like your dreams come true. God
Are you dancing too? Step by step by step by step by step. Oh, the message was always in the music. Always in the music. That Reverend Della, first step. I love that. Like, it's just the if you just sing the lyrics, you can change your consciousness. The message is always in the music. Always, always in the music. Thank you, worship team. Thank you for that classic Reverend Della. All right. Housekeeping, before I get into this message, I want you to know that we are in person next Sunday. I don't want to forget that. So I will see you in person July 24th, 600 West Queen Street, Inglewood, California. Of course, there will be a live stream. Yes, there will be an after party. And we will be in person on Sunday, July 24th. Cannot wait to see you there. We need a lot of help, y'all. So those of you that can come and help out with chairs and setting up and ushering and collecting offering, all of those things, that stuff that we used to do when we were in person. We need people to like get back into those roles. So if you are available, we would love to have your help. Thank you in advance. Definitely reach out to me. You can hit me up on social media or reach out to me. My email, revsherry@upchurch.org. Let me know that you're available so that I can include you in the planning of the service for Sunday. All right. This has been, I love this text so much. The perfect power within you. Last week where we were was turn the key, open the door. This week it is walk into your good. So last week I introduced you to the spiritual mind treatment. This week I'm going to show you how to get a demonstration from your spiritual treatment. All right? Does that sound good? So my guiding scripture for this conversation is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those who love him. It's a great verse. Eye has not seen. What is meant to come through you, for you, has never been seen before. What is meant to be done through you has never been seen before. It's never been seen before. It has no precedent. It is unprecedented. You're that special. God trusts you that much to bring through you something that is rare. All right. My thesis for you, your faith that it's working puts you in the room with your good. Your faith that it's working puts you in the room with your good. Well, what's it? Well, it is the spiritual mind treatment. Your faith that the spiritual mind treatment is working puts you in the room with your good. So turn the key, open the door. That's what we said last week. This week we said, walk into your good. Walk in the room with your good. Your faith that the spiritual mind treatment that you have executed, your faith that it's working, puts you in the room with your good. So let's review the 5 steps for spiritual mind treatment to make sure we have an understanding of that. So the first step is recognition of the perfect power. So it's acknowledging God. God, you are the only power and presence. Because you're locating yourself. You know, sometimes when you're not always in a space where you are even aware of the perfect power. You might be aware of human power. You might be aware of all the things that are happening in the world, right? So you want to basically orient your mind toward God. Wherever I am, God is, but really it's wherever I am in my awareness, right? Because I don't have to go somewhere physically to get to God, but I do need to put my attention on God. And so this first step is just putting the attention on God. Then the second step is unification with that perfect power. So I go beyond just recognizing that God is everywhere, evenly present, and I begin to claim my oneness with that power. I am connected to that one power. I love, we're getting all of these new pictures from NASA, from that telescope that they sent out. And we're seeing all of these incredible galaxies that are out there. And they said that each star that you think you see is not a star, but another galaxy. Like, we live in an unending, like there is no end to the universe, no end. And I am one with that. The same power that manifested this. Nothing is standing between God and me. I am one with all there is, right? I want to unify myself. I want to get connected to that. And then in that consciousness where I have located myself in God, I have staked my awareness, I've declared my oneness with that. Now I want to choose my good. Now what do I want? See, that's a different vantage point. Asking from the vantage point. So I heard this and I thought it was so cute. That sometimes we ask God as if the answer could be no. But we need to think about asking God the same way that the mortgage company asks us for the payment for our home, right? They ask, they send you an email or a bill or whatever. They're asking, but really it's a demand. And so we must go to God with the same expectation. The expectation is that I ask for it, I'm going to get it. And so you want to begin to choose what it is that you want. What do you desire? What would make you happy? What kind of life would you need to lead to wake up inspired every day? And then number 4, you want to accept your good. I accept all of this. And you need to say that. I accept the good that is mine. I accept the riches of God. I accept the blessings of God. I accept the healing of God. Because here's the thing. If you don't have it, something in you is not accepting it. If you don't have it, something in you is not accepting it and is hidden beneath your conscious awareness. And so your declaration that I'm accepting my good is going to bring it to the forefront so it can be healed. And then number 5 is thank you, God. So that's it. Those are the 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment. So I want to talk about the purpose of spiritual mind treatment. The purpose of spiritual mind treatment is to get a demonstration. The purpose of spiritual mind treatment is to get a demonstration. Now, here's the thing. This is one of those new thought words, and it's like, now, what do you mean? Like, is it demonstration like we raise a protest sign? Like, what exactly does demonstration mean? We call them demonstrations because they actually demonstrate that the law works in our experience. A demonstration is positive proof of the infallible and immutable way in which the law works. So I got props today. Props. So this is a grapefruit, or as Jordan likes to say, this is a thick orange. Okay. So this is a grapefruit. Now, if I have a grapefruit in my hand, you know that the way I got that grapefruit was that there was a grapefruit seed, right? And this fruit is proof of the infallible and immutable way in which the law works. It is, if I have this fruit in my hand, it is certain that I started with a grapefruit seed. And if you thought I started with some other seed and got a grapefruit, I can say with 100% certainty that you are incorrect. Because the law that produced this grapefruit is infallible and immutable. It doesn't change, and it can't fail, and it can't get it wrong. There's no history on earth or in the universe where you put a grapefruit seed in the ground and you get back an orange. It's infallible. If there's an aspect of God that is infallible, because that's one of those words they beat us up with, right? The infallible, inerrant, right? And they made it about this human interpretation, but this is the part that's infallible and inerrant. That if you put a grapefruit seed in the ground, you are forever going to get a grapefruit, period. If you don't get a grapefruit, guess what you did not have? You didn't have a grapefruit seed. So a demonstration, so this fruit is demonstration of the grapefruit seed. So a demonstration is answered prayer, the fruit for which the seed was planted. So if you do not have the fruit, if I got this, but it's like, you know what, I really wanted a banana. And you say, and you're mad that you didn't get a banana. And you see everybody else with bananas. And you say, you know, I don't have bananas because they don't give bananas to people with skin like mine, or people who look like me, or my gender, or my sexual orientation. And that's why I don't have a banana. And I would say to you, well, did you plant a banana seed? This is why you don't have to fear. This is why it says fear no man. Because if I put the seed in the soil, you can't do nothing about it. If I put the seed in the soil and make the conditions right for that seed, what you gonna do? You can't do nothing. A demonstration is a result. And so one of the things that we have to get present to as spiritual giants is, what seed am I putting in the ground? Or what seed am I putting in the soil of my consciousness? You are not at the mercy of outside conditions, circumstances, and personalities. And so when you pay attention to outside conditions, circumstances, and personalities, guess what that is? It's a seed. And it's going in the ground of your consciousness. And it's producing in your experience. See, the perfect power within you knows how to bring about your demonstration in the perfect way at the right and perfect time. You are not waiting on perfect outer conditions. If I put the seed in the ground, the fruit is coming back. If the fruit don't come back, guess what I didn't do? Put the seed in the ground. And so I got 3 points for you. Point number 1 is start with the answer. Point number 2, get in position to receive. Point number 3, let go and release the seed into the soil. So point number 1, let's get into it. Start with the answer. There are no limits on what you can have. Jesus' promise to those who follow him is that what things soever you desire, when you pray, believe that you receive them and you shall have them. If you have a grapefruit seed and you plant it properly, come on, you plant it properly in the soil, believe that you're going to get a harvest. And truly, you would. Your belief is the only limit on what you can have. It's the only limit. There's no limit on what you can have. And there's no limit on the seeds that you can have. If you get the right seed, you get the fruit every time. Now, I'm going to tell you what people do. They pray the problem. Don't pray the problem. Don't pray the problem. See, most people start with the problem in prayer and they never get away from the problem. Never get away from the problem. Begin this is something we've been working on through this series, is that this idea, this concept of God, and getting that my concept of God is not God. And so when I want to expand my life, I've got to expand my concept of God, because my life looks like my concept of God. So I'm going to give you a new idea to throw into your concept of God. Begin with the premise that God already knows what's going on. We talk about God as all-knowing, all-seeing, omnipresence. So exactly what would God not know about you? So start with the premise that God already knows what's going on. And when you treat for guidance. And so if you must name the problem, if you must, because this is not about shaming yourself for naming the problem. If you must, here's a way that you could do it. God, I'm over here living beneath my privilege. Would you show me how to live my royal destiny? So even if you start with the problem, you don't stay with the problem. Teach me how to wake up feeling inspired every day. And don't settle. People usually choose second best, but they choose second best because they can't accept more for themselves. This doesn't mean you have to be greedy to get the best, but it does mean that life is not holding out on you. If you got the seed in your hand and you plant it properly, no one can stop the harvest. No one on earth can stop the harvest. And I'll say this because, perhaps there could be somebody who sabotage your crops, right? You're a farmer and you put your seeds in the ground, and then there's a competing farmer and they come and they sabotage your crop. They burn your crops. That can happen in the physical. That cannot happen without your agreement. That can happen in the physical without your agreement, because someone could come and trespass on your property and damage your property. Guess where that cannot happen without your permission? See, in order for somebody to trespass on your mind, you got to give them the authority to do that. There's nothing stopping you. And so you want to begin to arrest your attention back from the world. And point number 2, get in position to receive. Get in position to receive. So demonstration, which is the result of the seed planted, demonstration happens on 3 planes and in this order every time. This is the order. Step number 1, conscious mind. So you get the idea in your mind, right? You have a cognition, an awareness of something that you could have. And then you get it in the subconscious mind, right? This is where it gets anchored in the soul. It gets anchored in the seat of the soul. And the subconscious mind is connected to the superconscious mind. And so it begins to work on you and in you. And when it gets there, and if it stays there and is allowed to complete its cycle, you absolutely get a physical expression every time. Every time. So the question is, how do you plant the seed? Because if I gave you a packet of grapefruit seeds, even if you didn't know what to do, you could go Google it and learn what to do, like what type of soil it needs to be in, what type of light it needs, what type of moisture and protection it needs in order to get the grapefruit. You know what to do with the physical seed, but how do you plant a mental seed, right? How do you plant a mental seed? Feeling plants the seed. Feeling plants the seed. When you feel it, that's when you are planting it in the soil of your mind. Now, the problem is that you don't stay in the feeling. And so the equivalent of not staying in the feeling is that you're digging up the seed. Every time you move out of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you dig up the seed, and then you got to start all over again and plant a new seed. Sometimes we don't even notice when we've dug up the seed. We're like the kid with the cookie crumbs all over our mouth. I'm like, I ain't eat that cookie. You got to notice yourself. Notice when you have moved away from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. The more automatic, sometimes we have automatic moods, right? You ever met somebody, every time you're around them, they just kind of crunchy? Sometimes we can be in a mood. So the more automatic a mood becomes, the less likely we are to consciously think about it. So we might be in a critical mood. And every time we hear something, we just criticize it. And we're not necessarily being combative, but that's just our mood. And we felt this way 1,000 times before. And so it's so easy to like get into the mood. Start noticing when you're not in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The process of demonstration, the process of getting the fruit starts with awareness. Can you see yourself when you're out of the feeling of the wish fulfilled? And then have a plan, because here's the thing. Discouraging moments are going to happen. Stuff is going to come up. Stuff is stuff. As Glendale would say, life is going to be life and all over the place. Stuff is going to happen. So you need a plan for how you get yourself back into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But here's the thing. Point number 3. Let go and release the seed to the soil. Let go and release the seed to the soil. I love this. I wrote this verbatim. This is right out of the book. He says, what makes the demonstration happen? And then in italics so that you emphasize it. You don't. The farmer does not make the seed grow. He does everything he can to help it by preparing the soil, cultivating the soil, adding some moisture if it is needed, and keeping out the weeds. But he releases the seed to the soil. If you plant the grapefruit seed, but you don't release it and you keep going back to see if it's growing, the seed never gets to complete its process. And that process is hidden. And so you want to release the seed to the soil of your consciousness. It's like you gotta just let it go and be in the feeling of it's working. I'm working with an infallible law. I'm working with an infallible law that cannot fail. And it is immutable. It is going to work every time. I don't ever have to not trust it. I can believe in it. I can bank on it. I can stake my life on it. You release the seed to the soil of your consciousness. This is going to work out in my favor. My health is coming in my body. It's expressing now because I'm working with the seed and I have released it to the soil of my consciousness. Do the things that need to be done, such as picking out the weeds of worry, anxiety, and doubt. I saw this with Reverend Michael Beckwith, and I don't know if this was his sermon or they just had a social post, but it said, your ship is coming in. Oops, did you remember to send one out? I thought that, if you don't have a grapefruit, or if you don't have a fruit, you didn't plant the seed. If you don't have the fruit, I tell you, if you could get this one would clear up everything, because we have such a belief in people and not enough belief in God. And so we believe that people can keep our stuff from us. We believe that they can keep our livelihood from us. We believe and we believe it in our bones because we were told it when we were little. And then life gave us some seemingly confirming evidence. And so we believe that the reason that I don't have is because, and it's never because I didn't plant the seed. It's never because I didn't work with the law. We are working with an immutable, infallible law. Say that with me. I am working with an immutable, infallible law. It cannot fail. If I put the seed in the soil of my consciousness, it is going to bring me a result. I can stand on it. I can trust it. The reason that it seems like someone can keep your good is they got your belief. So you need to jailbreak your belief, take it back, and put your belief in the infallible, immutable law of God. Sometimes the ship never gets sent out or the seed never gets planted because you won't release it to mind. The ship is sent out when you plant the idea in the soil of your consciousness. The ship is sent out. When you get in the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you didn't send the ship out. Now, it has its cycle that it has to complete before it comes back, right? Because it's got to go pick up all your stuff, all your goods, all your cargo. It's got to go pick it up. If you move out of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the ship never gets to complete its cycle. And so maybe it brings back partial cargo, but it never brings back all of what is yours. Sometimes a ship never gets sent out. The seed never gets planted because you won't release it to mind. It's like you're standing on the shore and you won't let them go. You holding on to the anchor. The ship is anchored to you. You anchored to the ship. Because you don't believe that the ship is going to go pick up your stuff and bring it back. And so you don't even want to let it out of the harbor because at least you got a ship. You have seeds in your hand in the form of thoughts and dreams, hopes, desires. You got to release them to the soil of your consciousness. And I want to tell you, when you let it go, you're on God's time now. See, a grapefruit has a window of time where it germinates and turns into fruit that you can pick and eat, right? And so there's a portion of time where you don't see it. The seed is planted, but you don't see how it's becoming. And I'm gonna make this up because I meant to research that. I did not pull that data. But they give you a window. And let's say it's, if you plant the seed, you get the fruit in, 6 to 9 months. So 6 months on the early side, 9 months on the far side. Right? 6 to 9 months. And so if you are in that window, so one, you know when to plant, right? Because you know when you want your harvest. So you know when to plant. You've done your research, so you know the best time to plant. And so you put the seed in the ground and then you can set your clock by it. And you don't freak out if it's not there exactly in 6 months because you know you've got a window of 6 to 9 months. That there is this time span. A delay, if there's a delay, it's like, well, I know it's coming because it's a grapefruit seed, and the grapefruit seeds have been working since forever, since Earth was created. So I know I'm going to get grapefruits because it works every time. A delay in some good, a delay in some demonstration only means that there is something more that must happen in your mind. That's all that means. And so you want to stay in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Don't go dig it up. Don't dig up the seed. Release it to the soil. Now, this is your part, and this is how you help the seed stay in the soil. You want to do the thing that feels natural and reasonable to do. I heard someone say, pray as if it all depends on God. So here's the thing. This is your part, right? Once you release it to the soil, you want to do what keeps you in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And this is where the work comes in. The work that you do to manifest your dream is not necessarily the thing that makes the seed germinate. What the work is it keeps you in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And so you're just listening for doing the things that feel natural and reasonable to do. Right? Someone said, pray as if it all depends on God, and work as if it all depends on you. And so you want to take action, but it's the taking action doesn't cause the seed to grow. The taking action keeps you in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Hear that. Taking action keeps you in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So don't hesitate to take the necessary human footsteps that come easily and seem to be prompted from within. After all, God works for you through you. Just be aware of trying to force the outcome. You can't force the outcome. You got to release the seed. And then, as weeds come up or whatever you got to do to protect the crop so that you get the sweetest fruit that is possible, then you've got to do that. But you're not forcing the outcome. You're letting the seed germinate, sprout, and become in its time. God works easily and without strain. And when we get into straining, trying to make a thing happen, we literally choke off the energy and we got to start the whole process again. You don't have to make anything out of anything. It already is. The grapefruit was already in the seed. Before the seed went in the ground, the grapefruit was already in the seed. Before you drop the seed of the thing that you want in the soil of your consciousness, it already is. In fact, you couldn't imagine it if it isn't already is in the mind of God. I know that's some really bad English, but you get exactly where I'm going. It already is in the mind of God. And so what you want to do is name it, get clear on it, what it's going to do for you and how you want to experience it, and then live in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. He gives this amazing treatment for right decision, because that's what you're asking for, right? You plant the seed in the soil of consciousness, and then you're asking for right decisions to support the growth. This is what he writes. There is no problem, no seemingly confused situation to which the answer is not already known in the divine mind. So in truth, then there is no problem. I love this. You've heard me say, it might look like a puzzle to me. It does not look like a puzzle to God. It might look confusing as all get out to me. It's just a bunch of just jumbled mess. Guess who it does not look like a puzzle to? It does not look like a puzzle to divine mind. God is the truth in every situation, perfect right action expressing in my life. As I am made aware of the God power expressing its rightness in my life and the lives of all whom I desire to help, all confusion clears away. Right answers heretofore unknown to me are revealed to me with amazing accuracy. They come from the one mind through my point of awareness with that mind. And I find that there is a perfect solution that blesses everyone. No one can be hurt when God makes the decision. As I listen to the still small voice within me, I am guided in making right decisions. The wisdom of God makes them for me, and I make no mistakes. As I turn to the all-knowing power within, the burden of responsibility slips from my shoulders, and the way appears clear before me. Today and every day, I will let God make right decisions for me in everything I do. And so it is. God bless you.
I close the door and I go to a secret place. I claim my openness so that I can see your face.
You whisper in my ear, I have more for you. The great I am has more for me to do.
Deeper,
Deeper,
bathing in your sweet love, go deeper.
deeper,
Believe before I receive, learning to pray. Ocean deep, learning to pray. Ocean deep.
I give you my heart, my mind, and my soul, all of me. Let your spirit find full expression through me, through me.
You whisper in my ear, I have more for you. The great I am has more for me to do.
Deeper,
Take me deeper,
deeper,
bathing in your sweet love, go deeper.
deeper,
Believe before I receive, take me deeper.
deeper,
Bathing in your sweet love, go deeper. Believe before I receive, learning to pray. Ocean deep, learning to pray. Ocean deep, learning to pray. Ocean deep.
All right, family, it is time to support your spiritual center and help us take this message global. Made it so easy for you to support UpChurch. Contributions to our ministry can be made online. You can text UpChurch to 73256, or you can go to upchurch.org and click on the Give button, or you can make your gift via Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $UpChurchLA, or you can mail in your gift. And remember, we have a new mailing address, 3108 Glendale Boulevard, number 547, Los Angeles, 90039. Would you read along with me? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. All right, let's back up that blessing with a declaration. We want to send this seed out with energy, enthusiasm, and expectancy. I am in the flow. I give generously and I receive abundantly. I am a massive giver and a gracious receiver. All right, family, let's have some announcements and then I'll be back to close us out.
There are stories from everywhere under the sun, and they're meant to be shared by everyone. We tell stories, original adaptations of myths, legends, folklore, and literature from all cultures and times, unfurled from the iconic antique steamer trunk filled with extraordinary props and costumes. Come and join the Understanding Principles Youth Department as they celebrate the end of the school year and the beginning of summer break. Hear interactive yarns with themes that build self-esteem and character. June 11th, 1:30 to 3:30, 600 West Queen, Inglewood, California. Meet with special children book authors. We Tell Stories Acting Company is artist in residence at the Los Angeles Music Center and Theater Complex.
Admission is free. You don't want to miss it.
Hey UpChurch family, this is a peculiar announcement because it's an announcement about announcements. I want you to know that all of the church announcements are on upchurch.org. All that you need to do is go to upchurch.org and click on announcements in the navigation menu, and everything that we have going on here, we intend to have in those announcements. So it is your responsibility as a friend, as a member, as someone who is growing spiritually with this community to stay in the know. We may have some call to actions for you there, some places to sign up for things, some things that we need you to do in order to bring forth an amazing experience. And so go to upchurch.org to get everything you need to know to stand up as a powerful member in this community and stay in the know, be engaged, inspired, and informed so that you can know what's up at Up. Go visit our site today.
today bless you? I am trusting that you got exactly what you needed from this service. See, I know something about the way that God works. And what I know for sure is that the Spirit always gives us what it is that we need. Always, 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 always. It may not come in the package that we imagine. It may not come at the time that we thought it might come. But there is always a special delivery with our name on it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for investing this time in your spiritual development. I want you to know that God has a plan for your life, and it is more magnificent than anything that you could have imagined. It's bigger than you could have imagined. I want to encourage you to join us next week. As I mentioned earlier, make sure you come with your mask. As you know, the numbers are rising. We will be keeping a mask policy. The speakers, those who are speaking and or singing or performing, will have completed a COVID test in advance and will have a negative diagnosis in order to be there on Sunday. So I am encouraging you. We will be honoring COVID protocols, and I thank you in advance. I thank you in advance for your cooperation through this process. We're working through something in humankind, and as this consciousness passes, we're going to do what we need to do in order to be together, right? Okay. Yes, yes, yes. All right, let's take a moment now to close the service. We're going to put up on the screen our prayer for protection. Would you read along with me? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. All right, family, I will see you soon in the after party. And beyond that, I'm going to see you next week at our in-person service, 600 West Queen Street in Inglewood, California, 1 p.m. and the live stream will start same time. Take care.